I am so honored to have back with us Joyce Giraud. You remember her from the Queen of the Universe pageant that they threw last week, and they have their new queen. She was recently crowned, Gloria Sophia. Welcome to the show, Gloria.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Now, Gloria, you are no stranger to winning pageants, evidently. What is your secret, if there is one?
The secret is to just be yourself. I know that sounds extremely cliche, but as an actress, I'm most comfortable on stage. So when I'm on stage, it's basically my playground. I love when the people are watching me and giving me applause. Competing just gives me a thrill, and not only that, it's an excellent platform for public speaking to get my message across for not only my nonprofit organization, but other serious issues that affect us as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, Gloria, being a part of this, and based on what Joyce was telling us last week, it's so much more than just a pageantry of beauty, but really there's a lot more going on. And from what I understand from your background, you already are doing a lot on your own. Like you co-own a pet supply store. Is that correct, with your mother?
Correct. I own a pet supply store with my mom. She is a dog groomer. We promote adoption, so let me just be clear, we do not sell pets. We sell the food, the accessory, clothing, and also we supply veterinary care.
Oh, that is very good. And what location is that?
My mother's dream was always to have a job where she could be her own boss and also bring our dogs. So she thought of the idea, and my brother and I gave her the money to start it up, and it's the least I can do for the woman who basically gave me life. So I'm
right?
Really
okay. Well, be careful how you say that, because then my mom's going to want like a whole business, a few businesses that she wants to start up. And, you know, but my mom makes a great groomer. Is there any, like she does it with my cousin's little dog. She has a little Pomeranian, and my mom like took to that Pomeranian. Then she took to another dog, which was my aunt's, and then she had a bunch of hair on, like a bunch of unmatted hair, and my mom went ahead and groomed her, like, but she didn't tell my aunt, so my aunt had a big, you know, lots of fur on the dog, but when she found the dog again, she couldn't recognize it because it was fully groomed. Is there any advice you have for my mother?
Well, dogs are basically like children. They do need to get bathed and have a haircut once a month. However, having a lot of hair on a dog actually keeps them cool. So if she doesn't want the dog to shed a lot, she needs to brush it every single day.
Okay, well, that's good to know. Okay, now, but take me back to, you know, I believe it when you were at the age of 2, your mom observed that you had a very important passion. What was that? What was it that you did?
West Side Story was playing on the television, and I started banging on the television saying, me do that, me do that. And my mom took it as me trying to say, I want to do that. However, my mother never pushed me into anything until I was old enough to say or ask her for things. So when I got older and said I wanted to be an actress, she, of course, supported me and entered me into performing arts school. So I've attended performing arts school from elementary school all the way up until college.
Wow. That now, being in that, you know, have you been able to be on camera or in film?
Well, education was very important to my mother. I did have several opportunities presented to me, but I definitely wanted to finish school first. Once I finished school, I got into another pageant system and dedicated my time to that. And then after that, I started doing background work, print work. I did modeling work in Australia. And basically, I haven't gotten my big break yet, but I don't take any of the little things I've done for granted. It's all an experience, and I just enjoy it so much. It doesn't matter what they use me for as long as I'm doing what I enjoy.
Yeah, well, and again, you've got such a great background as well, being able to have a platform in helping spread your message to others. Now, I saw on your Instagram, and this was with you and Joyce, you recently spent some time, but I believe you've spent time before with children in hospital. What is that exactly?
We went to a blood drive event yesterday at the LA Children's Hospital. It's an annual event where celebrities donate blood as well as other people. Um, it was beautiful. My foundation that I work with is somewhat similar to that. I do visit sick children in hospitals that are ill with cancer or other illnesses that aren't curable. So basically, I felt like I was back home, so to say, like I was in my element. However, this time I just had a crown and a sash, and some of the attention was on me.
Right. Well, that's awesome. And sometimes those are the things that people they talk about, but they don't actually take the time to do. How can others perhaps get involved in doing that if they want to reach out?
Actually, that's a great question. It was actually my final question on stage, and I did say that in order to be a good person, in order to give back, in order to help those in need, you don't need a title. You don't need a crown. You don't even have to be a celebrity of some sort. It's wanting to be a good person. It's wanting to help those that are in need. I grew up with the saying, treat others the way you want to be treated. So when I see children in those positions, it breaks my heart because sometimes we can wake up and just be like, oh my gosh, today is such an awful day. I have no energy to do something. But you know what? I got to wake up. I'm healthy. I can walk on my own. I can feed myself. I'm not sick. I don't have tubes coming out of my arm. Some of those kids couldn't even interact with me unless they had a mask over their face, and that just truly broke my heart. So that's what I really tell people. If you're able to make a difference in someone else's life, you should be able to do it because if you were in that position, I'm sure you would want someone to help you out as well.
Yeah, that is so true and such an eye opener too. I saw that Instagram and I thought, sometimes people. I actually posted a post yesterday about. I think I said sometimes people pray for what you take for granted. When we think of our health, we think of the what we have going for us. Sometimes we take that for granted and we want more and more, and yet somebody else on the flip side just wants a little bit of what we have, and it's important to take that moment and think about that. Now, you mentioned you had a nonprofit. What is that nonprofit?
My nonprofit organization that I work with, I became involved with it at the age of 18. The original name was called Queen for a Day. We would visit young girls that were sick in hospitals, especially those with cancer because they lost their hair and don't feel pretty. So we would come in, do their makeup, paint their nails, and provide them with a crown, and they'd be the queen for a day. However, as time went on, we noticed that the little boys felt left out, so we wanted to incorporate them as well. So the creator of the foundation, Jenna Edwards, who's a very dear friend, she changed the name to the For a Day Foundation. So depending on which hospital we would visit and the number of children that were well enough to participate, each visit would be a different theme. So it could still be Queen for a Day, but if there were also boys, it would be Superhero for a Day, or
Oh, I
Rock
love
Star for a
it.
Day, or
That's
Firefighter
awesome.
for a Day. And it also depends on the donations we would receive. Because the children are sick and we don't want to make them worse, we're not allowed to reuse items, especially makeup or sponges or nail polish. So at the end of each visit, whatever we used on those specific children, they could keep it.
Wow, that is remarkable and amazing. What's the name of the foundation?
It's called the For a Day Foundation, and it was founded by Jenna Edwards. She's a former beauty queen as well. She's a wonderful person. She's done it all, Miss America, Miss USA. She's beautiful inside as much as she is outside.
Wow, well, that's amazing. I want to keep you right after the break if you'll stay with us. We have some more questions to ask you when we get back here on the Hollywood Social Lounge. Will you stay with us?
Sure, of course.
Awesome. We need to take a quick break, but when we come back, we have on the phone with us the amazing and beautiful Gloria Sophia. That's right, she's now the queen of the universe. welcome back to the Hollywood Social Lounge. I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez. You can follow me on Twitter at Aaron M. Sanchez or follow all of what we're doing at HollywoodSocialLounge.com. Go check out all of our amazing things that we put up. We just launched it this week, so do share and do tweet. We are looking for your tweets and we will retweet them. On the phone with us, we have both Gloria Sophia. She is the new Queen of the Universe, and that is in thanks to Joyce Giraud. We had Joyce on last week. Joyce, you're on the radio with us as well, right?
Hi, love. How are you? I was
very good. Now, okay, so
Gloria
last week we talked about the whole program and how amazing it was going to be, and then my co-host Kelly was able to make it down there. I unfortunately wasn't, but she told me it was amazing. What was the whole show like? Give our viewers kind of a taste of what happened.
It was really exciting. We had a great attendance, to whom I'm very, very grateful. A lot of friends, sponsors, a lot of Hollywood people, as we would say.
Mm-hmm.
Our judges, we had a phenomenal panel of judges. We had Alex Pettifer from Magic Mike. We had Lisa Vanderpump, who crowned Gloria Sophia.
Nice.
My beautiful and adored friend, who I just adore her. Among others, we had Victoria's Secret supermodel Marlos Horst. We had just a phenomenal panel, and Lizzie Rovzeg from Real Housewives of Orange County, and all the wonderful friends that always support me. But I think the most special thing that happened is all these ladies on stage really took my heart forever. I mean, they're phenomenal ladies. They're just amazing, and the way they speak about their ambitions, their goals, their charities, what they want to pursue in life, to me, that's worth all of it. It's worth all the hard work and all the sacrifices, and I feel very blessed and very grateful for the evening. I think Gloria is going to make a phenomenal queen. I'm really excited to have her as the Queen of the Universe this year, and I'm excited to what the future holds for her and to see her grow and to see her support all the different charities that Queen of the Universe supports.
Yeah, what are the responsibilities of the Queen of the Universe? I'm sure she already knows, but for those that want to enter, for the following year, what's the type of commitment that
we are
they
a very
will put
different
in?
Pageant. A lot of pageants, once the winner, for example, Miss Universe, once the girl wins, they move her into an apartment. She belongs to the organization. We don't do that, and the reason why I don't do that is because I come from that pageant system of the Miss Universe, of belonging to an organization, basically. And I don't like when the girls are not able to have a life. I want this to be a platform for the girls. I don't want the girls to have a year and then at the end of the year they're lost, which happens to a lot of these different beauty queens. When I created Queen of the Universe, I wanted it to be a platform so the girls could have a voice and use that voice to do great things. So my winners as Queen of the Universe are requested very little. They're given a lot. They're given the voice and the platform. They're given acting classes. They're given a lot of prizes. But all I request from them is 3 simple little charities throughout the year. One of them is called the Hiccups Pizza Project, and what we do is once a month we go and we feed the homeless in Skid Row in downtown L.A.
Oh, wow.
And the Queen goes, of course. Another one is called Adopt a Letter, Letters to Santa Claus, and what we do, what this organization does, is they collect all the letters that the kids in the most impoverished places of L.A. write to Santa Claus, and usually these letters are thrown away. So this organization collects the letters, they scan them, and like I've said many times, yes, there's kids that say, oh, I want a Nintendo, I want this, I want that, but then there's other kids that say, I want food so mommy doesn't cry at night, or I want socks because I'm being bullied because all my socks are broken. So for all those cases, we literally show up and we say, hey, Santa Claus sent us. And we bring exactly what the kids ask for, and of course a lot more so that the parents can make them their own Christmas. And then the third charity that I support is with the Los Angeles Children's Hospital, Padres contra el Cáncer, and obviously Benny's Blood Drive that we just did yesterday. So with Padres, I like to go visit the children at the hospital and just bring a smile to their faces, and we bring them presents, we bring them things. Because when these kids are in the hospital, we forget sometimes. Yes, we say, oh, let's pray for them, let's this. But just showing up and bringing them a little something just brings them, it can brighten up their whole day, and their whole day finishes with a different outcome. And not just for them, also for the families, because when a child is going through something so horrible like cancer, I think the whole family suffers, if so, even a lot more than the child. And we sometimes forget also the families, the brothers, the sisters, the siblings. So what this organization does and what we do with the Queen is we literally bring them all the love and all the support and a little bit of help, of course. so that they can also get through that difficult moment. And then, of course, we create awareness for the U Foundation for Children in Need, which is the UNESCO Foundation for Children in Need, which we try to build schools around the world in places that have no access to education. And hopefully this year we will be able to build that second level to my school that I already opened in Africa, Senegal. So that's the goal. Knock on wood here, knock on my head.
Well, everything you seem to put out kind of seems to come to fruition. So we know that will be something that will come to a completion. But Gloria, I got to ask you, being a part of this Queen of the Universe, and when you first found out, what made you want to enter it?
Actually, a friend of mine brought it to my attention. I am 32 years old, and she was basically pushing me to continue in pageantry. I brought to her attention that, unfortunately, there aren't many pageants for women my age unless we're married, and it's a Mrs. competition. She brought to my attention this organization, Queen of the Universe, and told me it's for women up to the age of 34, and their marriage status does not matter. You can be married, you can be divorced, you can even have children. And it also works with different charity organizations. And she said, this would be perfect for you. You can bring more attention to the 4-Day Foundation as well as work with others. And I applied and I got interviewed. And when I got the phone call that I was accepted to represent my beautiful island of Puerto Rico, I, of course, jumped at the opportunity. And I'm glad I did because it turned out the way I had hoped.
Yeah, I honestly didn't know the qualifications. Thank you for telling us. So for those that are thinking about for next year and they want to enter, what do they have to do, Joyce?
So like Gloria just said, this is a very different pageant. I basically changed all the rules in all the other pageants. I never understood why women that had a baby at a young age, which happens in a lot of Latin countries, a woman that had a baby at a young age is suddenly not eligible to represent her country. Why? A baby is the biggest blessing in the universe. So why is that not possible for that woman anymore? And we penalize
you shouldn't
her for
penalize
having such a
them
gift.
just for having a baby, right?
Yeah. So women can be married, single, divorced. They can have children. We don't judge them based on any of that. We don't even judge them. There's some people that say, oh, so a woman that is a lesbian should not be a beauty queen. Why not? She's still a woman. So we don't judge based on any of these vain factors. The only thing that is really important to me is that the girls have a charity platform. So they do have to have a charity platform because at the end of the day, the reason why I created this pageant is to promote awareness to all the different charities. And I, again, knock on wood, I've been very lucky that a lot of the ladies in the pageant have started their own charities or are actively working with the different charities that they're passionate about. So the one important thing is that they have a charity platform, and it's ages 18 to 34. So for anyone interested, they can contact us. A lot of the countries are going to start doing their own pageants to select the representatives of the country, but a lot of the countries, we select them. So they can contact us. They can look us up at queenuniversepageant.com, queenuniversepageant.com, or they can call our offices, 323-848-8966. That's 323-848-8966.
Awesome. Very good. Okay. Now, we want to get to know you a little bit more so we can throw out everything about you, Gloria. Are you ready for our top 10 questions?
Yes.
Okay. Number one, where's your favorite place to vacation?
Where's my favorite place to what? I'm sorry?
To vacation.
To vacation, of course, Puerto Rico. I used to live there, and I moved back to New York for work, but I love to visit whenever I get the chance. I usually go 2 to 3 times a year.
Oh, okay, okay. What's your favorite film or television
The
show?
Breakfast Club. I am an 80s baby. John Hughes is my idol when it comes to movies. The Breakfast Club is an amazing movie. I think that movie needs to be shown at every school.
Favorite family member to get advice from?
My mother. Definitely my
why?
mother. She's my mentor, my best friend, my mom, my sister, my therapist.
And what's your favorite karaoke song to belt out?
My favorite karaoke song would definitely be At the moment, Fighter by Christina Aguilera, but it also depends on my mood or my situation and life.
Aw. And your favorite comfort food?
Rice Krispie treats.
Ooh, those are good.
Yummy.
We've got less than 20 seconds, so I'm just going to ask real quick, what is the best way to follow your career?
To have faith in yourself, to stay positive, and to believe that it will happen when it's meant to happen. I'm one who would get frustrated when things don't turn out my way, but everything happens for a reason, and we just have to believe that eventually it will come true as long as you stay positive and continue working towards it.
And to follow her steps, you can go on Instagram and on Twitter to official QOTU, Queen of the Universe. Official
Queen of the
QOTU.
Universe. Thank you so very much, both of you, for taking time with us, and we will talk to you next week right here on the Hollywood Social Lounge.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Watch me go.